Hi guys, and welcome to another Funky Monkey Monday video. And I believe this is going to be my last video because there is only so much I can talk about. But I'm going to cover a lot in this video and I hope you do like it. So let's just go on and get to it. So I want to tell you guys right now, no hard sex. And you're probably saying, well Nezi, what are you talking about? I mean, if you have a sex partner and they're ramming you as a woman, I don't know about men, but I'm talking to you girls as women. As a woman, we don't need a lot of hard, forceful penetration down there in our cooter mama cave. And the reason being is because you can have problems later on in the future. So I don't know if you girls have heard of prolapse uterus. Some women get that when they get older. But that's when your, let me see what that means. Let me type it in here right quick. Alright guys, so I just took a picture of what a prolapse uterus is. It's called uterine prolapse. And this is a post that was posted September 19, 2020. It's a sensation of heaviness or pulling in your pelvis, tissue protruding from your vagina. Urinary problems such as urine leakage, which is incontinence, or urine retention. Trouble having a bowel movement and feeling as if you're sitting on a small ball, as if something is falling out of your vagina. Whoa. So I know some women, when they get older, stuff just falls out. It just falls out of their vagina and be hanging out. You be sitting on stuff like this says. It feels like it feels like you're sitting on a small ball, as if something is falling out. I remember a long time ago when I was dating this one guy, it was a puppy dog that came up to my house, and he saw the dog first and he called my name. He said, "Come here, come here, come here. There's a dog out here and something is coming out of her." And I looked and it was this red ball, like a bubble. And she was a girl and she was just wagging her little booty and she was wagging her tail. And I was like, what's going on with this baby here? And I found out later on she was having a prolapse problem. Yep, that's what that was. It wasn't her. It didn't look like intestines. It looked like maybe a uterus or something. But anyway, hard sex can cause problems later on with your female parts. You don't want anybody ramming you down there, no matter if it's a toy, a penis, whatever it is. Like my friend says, Wendy, she says she used a cucumber. Look, none of that penetration down there is so forcefully hard because it causes problems. I've had 2 incidents of having hard sex when I was younger. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't miss having sex because it seems like when you have sex with all these penises and stuff, you come up with problems. If it's not sexual problems, it's the person that the penis attached to is a problem. And so I ended up having to see the doctor twice. And one of the things was, me and my ex-boyfriend, he was hitting me hard down there. I'm like 19 years old. Went to the doctor and I kept feeling like some itching down there and it had a foul odor. And so when I went to the doctor, she of course put me in the stirrups and opened me up and she looked. And she said, "Oh, you have a blood clot on your cervix." I said, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, you have a blood clot." She said, "I'm going to take this toothpick like thing right here." And she showed it to me. It had like a little, it was made out of wood or whatever it was. And it had like a tip on it, just like a toothpick, but it was made for vaginas. And she said, "I'm going to take this right here and I'm going to prick it so that the blood can come out." And so she did. Because it was painful down there too. I'll say that. So after she pricked it, instantly I felt instant relief because the blood came out and it felt better. And so she told me, she said, whoever your partner is, he's having too much of hard sex with you. None of that hard sex, because you're going to have girl problems later on in the future. It's not hard for us as women to have women problems. Especially messing with these old dirty dingalings. You mess around with these dirty dingalings, they're going to give you dirty dingaling problems. And they think it's so cool to beat you up down there. Yeah, I beat the ussy up, you know that song, I beat the... that's what men always want to talk about, beating it up. But in the end, it's a problem. Not only they want to beat your coochie up, honey, they want to beat you up too. And that's what I got a problem with. How you going to beat my coochie up and beat me up? No. And this goes for same-sex people too. So if you're a person that's having sex with the same person, you don't beat your partner up like that. Don't let your partner beat you up because it can cause problems in the future. Hysterectomies. blood clots, as I just mentioned. And after she pricked it and the blood came out, I felt instant relief. I didn't have no more pain down there, and I had like an itch and like an odor. No more. I had no more of that. But if I didn't go to the doctor, because you guys know how serious a blood clot is. Blood clots can cause major problems and sometimes death. In most cases, death. And I listened to my body. I was a young girl and I said something ain't right, so I went to the doctor. She fixed me, and instantly all that blood came out, and she said it was a nice size, maybe like a pinky, maybe like the size of my fingernail, maybe half my fingernail, my pinky fingernail. The clot was that big, and she pricked it, and it came out. And she told me, she said, don't ever let no man ever do that to you. Okay, so we learn as we go with our bodies. As women, we know we need to tell men or your same sex to stop doing what they're doing, because it's not healthy. Like I said, it causes hysterectomies and vaginal problems and all kinds of craziness. So no hard sex. You don't want nobody beating you up down there. The next subject I want to talk about is the proper way to clean your funky monkey. Okay, so if you don't know what a funky monkey is by now, you should know what it is. We call it a vagina. Funky monkey means vagina. And I've never really done this. I tried this, but we're taught to how to properly clean or wipe our vaginas. So they want us to wipe ourselves from front to back after you use the bathroom, or even when you cleanse yourself. Now I don't know about you guys, but wiping myself from front to back is very awkward, and I'm heavy and I'm juicy and fat, and then my stuff is juicy and fat too. That's another conversation. But if you want me to go from front to back, you're gonna make me fall down in the sink and bust my big fat face. Okay, so they say that because if you wipe yourself from back to front, you're susceptible. You are taking a big chance on bringing fecal matter from your rectum up to the front of your cooter mama, and it's going to cause a bacterial infection. Now, have I ever had that done because I wiped myself wrong? No. But can it happen? Yes. So a lot of times we can give ourselves bacterial infections. Most of the times it's from, I'm going to tell you this too, guys. We finna get real deep. Most of the times, if you get a bacteria infection, your man is sleeping with a pregnant woman. Oh yeah, baby. I'm telling you what I know. I'm gonna give you a story. This happened when I was in my late 20s or early 30s. I got with this guy. Ended up getting a bacteria infection. Guys, if you ever had a bacteria infection, it is the most gross smell in the whole world. Like we all know, you can give yourself a bacteria infection because you're not wiping yourself properly, but other times it's because your guy is having sex with a pregnant woman. So back in the early 2000s, I had this horrible odor, and I went to the doctor. And I went to a black doctor, baby, and she the one who hit me to this. She said, you've been diagnosed with a bacteria infection, and I'm going to give you some pills. And the pills are so gross, guys. You got to take like 2 or 3 big pills all at one time, and it just kills the infection almost instantly. Within 2 or 3 days, you are completely clear from it. But she said, I'm going to tell you something. The guy who you're messing with is sleeping with a pregnant woman. And I was like, what? She said, I'm telling you, because most pregnant women carry bacteria infections, and it's transmittable. If you have sex with somebody that has a bacteria infection, they can infect the next person and the next person after that. I said, how you know that? She said, because I'm a gynecologist and I know. And she was one of those cool young black doctors. I don't remember her name to this day, but I never forgot her. So usually when you have a problem down there, you have to go to get a follow-up. Alright guys, my battery had died. But anyway, anytime you have a doctor's visit, you have to do a follow-up within the next week or two after you had your last visit. That's with anything that you've had a problem with. And so I went back to the doctor the next week or two, and guys, guess who I saw in the doctor's office? The guy that I had sex with that gave me the bacteria infection. But that's not the kicker part. You probably saying, Nezi, why would he be at a gynecologist? Because that's where that's where you go get your stuff checked out at. It's a gynecologist. And when I walked in, guys, he was in there with a pregnant woman, which was his baby mama. Now this girl, she looked like she's about 7 or 8 months pregnant. She was huge. And I looked, I said, wait a minute, whoa. What is going on here? And so after I signed myself in, I walked right over there to him and sat right next to him and right next to her. And he was like this. He was petrified, guys. He was like this. I said, what's up? What's up, Adrian? How you doing? He was like, I'm fine. He cut me real short, and I ain't seen him since. But that's the risk you take when you have sex with men. They just, like I said in my other video, they dick slingers. They sling dick all over your damn way. No matter if they're your husband, your boyfriend, whoever they are, they just sling it. They don't strap up. They don't do anything. And so it's up to us to make sure they use a condom. Does a condom always protect you? In most cases, yes. And I know how it is. When you're in a really good mood, you're feeling this person you're having sex with, you don't want to use no condom. But guys, you're taking a really big risk of catching something when you have sex with dirty dicks with no condoms. I'm just going to say it. So, like I said earlier in this video, I am so happy I do not miss sex. I don't worry about it, and it's not the top of my list. Now, I got a girlfriend, honey, she would go screw a tree. She would screw that tree, and she would screw it hard till all the bark is off of it. She has to have sex. That's her thing. She likes being sexual. And as humans, we're supposed to be sexual. But it's so scary out here, guys. You're going to mess around and catch something and get an infection. Or you might be the person that caught something already and may possibly transmit it to somebody else. So if you're a person who has something, just be considerate and get it treated if you can. And don't spread it, because we already got the C-19 going on and we got all these diseases going on. Guys, have you heard of the blue waffles? That's a hoax. I always thought it was a hoax. I always thought it was a urban myth. Not even an urban myth. I always thought it was not true. But you know, that scared me to death when I seen that back in 2010, the blue waffle. And they had all these images of these vaginas online with these blue colored waffle-like textured looking vaginas on there that was just gross. It horrified me. I'm like, whose vagina is that? But come to find out, that's not really true. That's not a true thing. People are lying. They said that's photoshopped. It's just a big rumor online that you can get blue waffles. But there are a whole lot of other diseases out here that I don't want to deal with. Now, if you're a person, because somebody had asked me that have I ever dated a younger guy. It was so fun. But one thing when you date younger people, even older people, but a lot of times the younger people, like they 15 to 10 years, 12 years younger than you, they're out here having sex with other young folks and they don't use condoms. And you can catch things and you can give things and you do this and you do that and you do this and you do that. So when you're having unprotected sex, that's a problem. But how do we have children if we keep wearing a condom? How do we get 100% satisfied sexually if we're always using a condom? I don't know. But I'm just telling you, if you are very sexually active, use a condom. Or if you trust a person, but then we always trust a person. We always trust people not to infect us. We always trust people to make sure we're okay, but they don't. And it's really scary. So I don't miss sex. It's not on top of my list. Food is usually at the top of my list. Food, money, and some food. Okay, that's what I do. I like to eat and I like to spend my money. I don't have the headache of worrying about no more dick slingers. Okay, so hard sex, no more hard sex. You don't want nobody beating you up down there. And then if they having hard sex and they got an infection, it's a problem. And if you have any kind of infection, don't be afraid to go to the doctor. Don't be embarrassed to go to the doctor. Get it fixed, because if you don't get it fixed, don't get treated. If you don't get treated properly, because you know some people be having some, girl, look, I got some pills over here. All you got to do is take 2 or 3 of them. You be straight. And you go over and you get them little magic pills and you do feel straight. But you didn't get all the infection out your body because you only took 2 or 3 pills. You may have needed a shot. You may have needed 7 days worth of pills. Go to the doctor. They got free clinics out here too. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Honey, look, go get yourself fixed. If you're having hard sex and you feel like you somebody hurt you down there, go to the doctor. Don't ever be afraid to go to the doctor, because you rather know than not to know, so you can get your proper treatment. Because if you don't, you can end up sick or dead. Because we talked about PID in the last video, which is pelvic inflammatory disease. You don't want nothing going on with your lady parts, because if you do, you might have to get your stuff snatched out. You don't want no hysterectomy unnecessarily. It's just a trip. Sex is enjoyable, but it is a trip, especially when you got a person that's slinging it all, you know, giving away some community dick, honey. Just, hey, hello, you want some of this dick? I got it for you. It's community. I gave her some. I gave him some. You can have some too. No. All right. If you got some cheating ass husbands, you sleeping right next to him, and you know he out there dirty dicking around, baby, don't sleep with him. I don't care. Like I said, they want to beat you up and beat your coochie up too. Especially if you don't give them none. Hey, watch out for the dirty dicks. All right, so let's go on to the next subject. Let's talk about what we eat. Now, you guys know I'm always eating too much sugar. No matter what I do, it just seems like sugar is in my life. Sugar can be a problem too. You know what? I'll put it right here. I'll connect my video when I was talking about too much sugar, how it affects my vagina. It makes me itch. As a matter of fact, I itch all over. But too much sugar is a problem down there too. It can cause yeast infections. It can cause all kinds of stuff. Now, my stuff don't really smell. It's not smelly because of too much sugar, but it's just always itchy, and which is so stupid because I don't want to have sex, but why am I walking around with all the sugar in my body, and it really makes me feel uncomfortable down there. So watch your sugar intake. Then also, I think we covered everything. Yeah, we covered everything. So no hard sex. Don't let anybody beat your coochie up. Blue waffles is a venereal disease. That's really a hoax. That's a myth. I didn't see too many images of blue waffles online because I think they took them all down, because there used to be a whole illustration of a bunch of pictures of blue waffle coochies. It was horrendous. Whoo, guys. So yeah, make sure when you have sex with somebody, use your condoms. If you trust them, it don't really matter, because you can trust somebody, they're still gonna play you, I'm telling you. And properly clean your vagina from front to back. I don't do that. I'm gonna tell you guys this story too, and then I'm gonna tell you all something else, and I'm gonna go, because you know your auntie. I'm one of the aunties. I'm one of those sisters who ain't gonna lie to you. But a long time ago in the 90s, I had one friend. She was mad at her cousin, and her cousin was way older than her, but I'll just call her, I ain't gonna say the cousin name, because I had a fight with her and I tried to take her head off because she thought she was so bad. But anyway, that's another story. The cousin, my friend was having sex with her cousin's husband. And my friend was younger than me. She was like 5 years younger than me. And her cousin was like 5 years older than me. And so she was having sex with her husband. And she told me one time that when she was having sex with her cousin-in-law, because that's who he was, she told me that when they were being intimate, he would accidentally almost stick his ding-a-ling in her rectum. This is gross. I don't care. And I said, what? And she said, I said, what did you say? She said, why do you keep doing that? And you know what he told her? He told her, he said, look, my wife, her vagina sits up higher than yours. So he was used to placing his penis in a higher position than my friend. So he would always accidentally almost poke her in the wrong hole. I say, that is crazy. So I'm saying that to say this: when we wipe ourselves, all depends on how your body is aligned, how it's situated. You can accidentally wipe yourself to where you pulling the fecal matter up to your vagina. So I'm not that close like that. So I don't ever pull that fecal matter to my vagina and cause myself to have a bacteria infection. I don't have that problem. But it all depends on how we set up. Or we might accidentally just take our hands and just go too far back and pull up to the front. But they tell us we're supposed to clean ourselves from front to back. But most of us don't do that. I'm guessing that most women don't do that. It's weird. It's awkward. And but yeah. So I want to also conclude this video with giving a shout out to a blogger, guys. Her name is, I have it here. Her blog page is called Top to Bottom Beauty, Hygiene, and Everything in Between. Now she talks about girl stuff, honey, and she talks about on her last post she was talking about a soap that she was very, very fascinated with. And she just talks girl stuff. So if you girls are really interested in reading about girl stuff, or to see what's on women's minds about just anything, go to her page. I'll have her link in my description box. Give her a shout out. Follow her if you like what she posts, and tell her Nezi sent you if you like her, you know, like what she has on there. And her page looks really good. I got a chance to browse through it. It looks really, really good. It looks really good. So if you're into reading online information, go there. And like I said before, I have her link in the description box. So this concludes this series, because I don't know what else to tell you guys about a funky monkey. So if I do talk about anything that's Funky Monkey related, I will put it in the Funky Monkey Monday playlist, and that way you can always just go refer there and just look at all the videos, because I don't know what else to tell you. I talked about blue waffles and dick slingers and all kinds of stuff. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this series, and I'll see you guys. Oh, and I will have the playlist of, because right now it's only 3 videos. What if did I put my fibroid video with it? It might be. I might have to. I don't know. It might be 3 or 4 videos now, and I'll link it to this video here. I'll have it linked somewhere. Just find it. It's gonna be somewhere. And anyway, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.